Who are those guys?
Your brothers? No.
Yes!
You're beginning to get on my nerves. Who are those guys?
I couldn't do that. Could you do that? How can they do that? Who are those guys?
They fucking Diaz brothers! Are we live?
This kid's definitely on crack right now.
What's up?
Hey yo. 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 Hey yo.
All right, for a minute there, I thought we lost it. Whoa!
Hey yo.
Awesome. Awesome to the max.
Hello? Oh no! Mute this. There we go. It should be good now. How do I sound? How do I why can't I mute this all the way? Can you guys hear me? Let me pull up my chat. Can you hear me? So I only have one camera because I took my other one to work. Is there an echo? Okay, audio's okay? Okay, cool. Because I could faintly hear an echo. What's up, everybody? It's Phil. You can see my jizz-stained ceiling. This is from Zaid Comics, coming from you live. Coming at you live. You can see. Oh, where is he? Swamp Thing back there. Not a lot of people get to see that, but it's a different angle because we're going to be looking at a special article that I wrote for Steve's Die's ROCKIT magazine, which you guys could still get on Indiegogo. I'm going to put the link out to some buddies of mine, and we'll see how that goes. Echo sounds like reverb, so there is an echo. I wish I could just mute this tab on my phone. How bad is it? All right, I'll get rid of it because you guys don't really need to see me. But let me send this link out. And while we wait for that, you guys can... Do we have like a Lost Pages trailer to show? Oh, you can see the CG Vacation trailer. Here you go.
Hey gang, it's your bro, Mr. CG. Whoa, kinda looks like you could use a little vacay getaway. Am I right? Well, we got something big for you this summer. Whoa! Reserve your tickets on Indiegogo now and get those beach spots ready. Whoa! Oh yeah! Woohoo! Oh! Mr. CG on my jet ski!
here's another one because I'm still not done yet.
Hey there! You know, there's a better way to scope out some banging beach spots. Have you checked out CG Vacation on Indiegogo yet? You're gonna love it. Sign up today and thank me later, gang. Peace!
All right, you should be able to hear me, and you should also be able to hear my dogs. I made sure to wash my hands before the show, so you guys won't have to see my dirty nails, as you can see there. Pretty nice. And I sent the link out. Maybe some people will pop in, maybe they don't. But we're going to go through this. This is a ROCKIT. I prefer this cover, which is the back cover of ROCKIT. Now, this is I believe it's regular comic size. Now, this is something that's, here's a comic right here. It's regular comic size. Maybe it's a little bigger. Let me see. I have another comic. You'd think I had comics around here. It's not regular. Oh, look, it's actually a little wider than a comic. And it's very, very, very thick. As you can see here, a thick book, over 100 pages. And this was put together by Steve Dye and a lot of awesome creators. And we're going to take a look at something I wrote in here, and we could flip through it a little bit too. You get a beautiful, I think Lucius did this, beautiful rendition of Cecil right there with the foreword by Steve himself. Yeah, what's up, everybody in chat? Sorry that I'm neglecting you. I had some little technical difficulties. What I was really trying to figure out was to stop the camera from auto-focusing, and I can't figure that out. Bretsky was here first. Rand is here. Deerman, what is up, Deerman? Stephen Rockwood, great to see you. Rick Saylor, as always. Scrolling down here, we got Emerald Avenger with a great Billy Tucci, Nelson Riley picture. Love that. Johnny Cage, Johnny Cage has some work in here that I'm going to show off, which is an amazing piece. So shout out to Johnny Cage. NTM Comics, what is up? Whoa, Phil isn't talking about Lobo. Yeah, not today. I mean, maybe we could. We got Shelby in here. Shelby's probably busy. Yeah, I fixed the echo, guys. But if you guys are on Twitter, share this out. I did tweet this out. I've been wanting to do this for a little while now, and today's my day off. I got done watching the Amber Heard trial. I'm just going to send Kelsey the link just for fun to see if he's if you're free. Don't feel pressured if yo not. Because if we do get someone in here and we figure out that my internet connection sucks, that's going to be bad because we'll be talking over each other. So maybe it's best no one comes in here. But people have the link. People like Shelby, people like Tommy Patterson. Let me send it to Shelby. I'm going to send it to Nick Patera, whatever you call him. Nick Patera. See if he's man enough to come on my stream. I doubt it. We got Genuine Comics in the chat. What's up, Genuine Comics? Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. A man that needs one introduction, and here it is.
Good screaming, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? You're only supposed to do that if it's the word of the day, right?
Hold on, Shelby. I can't hear you, brother. Can you hear you now?
I can hear you.
I can't hear you. Why can't I hear people? Audio default. I muted the tab. I should be able to hear you now, Shelby.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly.
All right, cool. I was saying that clip was stupid as F, bro. I'm just kidding. Thank you for Pee-wee.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for that Paul Rubens love.
All right, Shelby. I was part of this project called ROCKIT Magazine. Shipped recently. Was crowdfunded. A lot of awesome contributors. I think everybody would agree, not the best cover. I think Steve would agree as well. Not taking shots, but John Malin has Amber Heard fecal matter on his shoe.
That's why you're not supposed to put your feet on the bed.
I know. I think that's a little Donald delay taking shots at him, which is unfortunate. Back cover's cool though. Who did this? I think Jay Potts did this.
Oh yeah, that Cyberfrog looks pretty dope.
Think so? Yeah. Cyberfrog.
Send me a scan of that. I'm gonna trace that.
All right, cool.
Excellent.
So
don't tell anyone, chat.
We got another Lucius Cecil piece. Lucius will be featured in CG Vacation, so look forward to his art in there. Great art. We got the little layout here. Got a bunch of sections to this, and I'm glad my camera is not focusing in and out. Shelby, did you retweet this tweet or this stream yet?
No, I didn't do anything. I was gonna actually stream myself, and I saw you were streaming, so I'm just gonna wait to stream until after I get my wife from work.
Perfect. Yeah, this shouldn't take long.
I almost streamed over you, Phil.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't.
I am notorious for doing so.
So we have the super fan art section with some. We got some J Potts art as well as Igor Bondar, which I follow him on Instagram. Pretty awesome stuff. And then if we turn the page, we'll see this guy here who's in the chat, Johnny Cage. Look at that.
That's pretty good, man.
Matte black fan art.
Is this magazine sized or is it a comic size?
So check it out. It's a little bit bigger than comic size because here's the Lost pages. And it's a little wider. It's the same height.
A little wider.
But a little wider.
Yeah.
Interesting. So not quite I don't think it's magazine sized. Because mags are taller, right?
Yeah, I mean you can get almost any size printed. It's just
here's a heavy metal. So heavy metal
strange.
Yeah. All right. So let's go back and look at that fan art here.
You know what? It might be the same size as a Wizard magazine back in the day, dimensionally.
Oh, really?
Maybe. Yeah.
I can see that. Let me get rid of if I could get rid of our labels here, our little nameplates. But yeah, Johnny Cage killed it on this piece. Dude, how do you get rid of these? Oh, here we go.
You can't. They're here forever.
I did it. Now people won't know who you are, Shelby.
Yeah, but they always come back, Phil.
That's true. So you got Johnny Cage doing that piece, which I'm trying to get him to do a piece in CG Vacation. He's kick-ass.
Yeah.
And then this awesome godlike piece, which is almost a page, comic page. It's got a panel instead.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's cool.
All right, but Shelby, we're here today. Some more fan art. We're here today to take a look at an article that I wrote. And we're going to see if it's good or not. But I have to preface that with the fact that I did write it probably over 2 years ago.
Oh, it's probably terrible.
We'll see. Oh, another man who does need introduction. Let me see what we have here for his introduction.
If chat can make sure that Dale Keown sees this article that Phil wrote 2 years ago,
we'll see. Dale, I think Dale's hard at work, but here's a perfect introduction. It's a little lengthy, but this is perfect for our next guest.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
What's up, brother? Thanks for hopping
What's happening,
on.
guys? First off, what the hell was that?
That's a great Soviet Russia cartoon from back in the day.
In Soviet Russia, cartoon fork you.
Exactly. So Kelsey, we're have you been watching?
No, I just saw that you posted the link, and I was talking to somebody on the back room, so I didn't know what was going on. What's happening?
So I wrote an article for ROCKIT, and I'm
Oh.
going to read it, and we're going to see if I'm an idiot or not.
Oh, good. Let me get my knuckles lined up for this.
You know Shelby? Do you know Shelby Robertson? This man?
Yeah, we hung out before on one of these streams. How you doing, Shelby?
Good. How are you?
No, not bad. Not bad.
Shelby's going to a convention this weekend. You want to plug that,
Yeah.
Shelby?
No, not really. Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona. If you want heat stroke, come out to Phoenix. It's gonna be 115 degrees, 3-day show. I got to set up Thursday night, so.
Oh, brother.
Good fun.
Conventions, man.
Yeah. This is my first con, and this is my first con in 3 years. Chuck Norris is going to be there, so.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm hoping he could throw a giant rock at the sun and cool it down a little bit.
Or at the very least, get him
hot.
to like punch you on camera. That way you got a good story.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm like, just break a rib or two.
He's
bro.
old. He can't manage much.
He's like,
anymore.
how about 8? Ah.
All right. So first of all, give me some background. What's ROCKIT?
All right. ROCKIT was a magazine, I guess you can call it a magazine, even though it's not magazine size.
It was originally a Def Leppard song, and then it was a magazine.
It's put together by editor extraordinaire Steve Dye, who used to work on a bunch of I believe motocross magazines back in the 90s.
He's still alive, right?
He's still alive. Yeah.
Okay. DYE, not D. Okay.
Right. He did not die. And so this is kind of like our version of Wizard.
Oh wow! When did this come out? I didn't hear about this.
Shipped probably a couple months ago. And
I'm not in this.
You're not.
Cecil in here.
But here's a little Lucius Cecil action going on.
Nice.
They have a cool fan art section highlighting
the official Cecil artist, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hopefully he'll be doing a piece for CG Vacation. Some articles highlighting some artists. EJ Morges article. Rini, who you just met, Rini.
Yeah, gosh, she's been around a while then, huh?
Yeah, she's a bigger deal than you now.
Well, let's not get carried away here. She can do more push-ups. I'll give her that.
That's true. Yeah, she's doing her stuff in here. But yeah, I guess he probably got this recently because she actually hasn't been around for too long in CG. Art T. Bear's got a huge article in here about him.
Nice. He loves
and
to
then,
talk about himself.
A lot of cool interviews.
Got some narwhal in there, looks like.
Yeah, I think this is a preview to Nosferatu.
Yeah, okay, so this couldn't have been that long ago then.
Right, yeah.
I think Narwhal's only been doing this for like a year. His Nosferatu book. I think he's been working on it for like a year.
Yeah, I think they started shipping, I want to say February or March.
Oh, okay.
Some Donald DeLay action. But yeah, this was supposed to like highlight kind of heavy hitters from like the first year of CG and some newbies as well. So yeah, and so I wrote this. I actually wrote this probably 2 years ago, this article for Steve. So we're gonna revisit it.
Yeah, they're talking about Shelby being on Jack. Someone sent in a link on accident, and then he ended up in the freaking lion's den. He did all right though. He held his own.
Yeah, I just sat there and smiled.
Yeah. Maybe nobody will notice me.
I remember that.
Well, chat was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I'm like,
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Let's see, we got Andino in here. What's up? Dude's gone for years and now is streaming every day. That's what Kelsey does.
What do I do?
You disappear and then you stream every day after you.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I get into it's pretty simple, and I've explained this many times. Is like when I get really deep, like right in the middle of a book, man, I can hardly do anything but that. I mean, I can't answer my phone. Everything just aggravates me because my brain is so cooked on this story. And then when I get to a point where I see the light at the end of the tunnel, everything's kind of planned out and all the rest is just finishing, I feel more comfortable coming out and hanging out and, knowing things are getting done. So I'm at that point right now, and I've been sequestered for months, and now I'm like ready to party. So I'm back out.
Awesome. All right, let me see. Let me do this little thing. I don't even think of it. It's going to be auto-focusing, so if you want it smaller, just let me know, chat. All right, let me know, guys. But this is Crossing the Borders. That was a cool title. Like, if we do any other articles in the future, we could reuse that. But this one's specifically about panel layout. And then I think Steve added this, the crux of comics creation. I love the alliteration there. Good stuff. With Philip Diaz with 2 L's. They got it correct.
do they misspell that a lot?
Sometimes, yeah. Amanda in the chat will let everybody know that it's with 2 L's, and I appreciate that, Amanda.
It's Phil Lip.
Exactly. And then this also, guys, is the first appearance of my brother and I's character, Mr. CG. So you can see him jumping through the panels there. Who's going to be featured in CG Vacation quite a bit. It's kind of like the tour guide. And shout outs to Ethan for letting us use one of the pages for Cyberfrog in this article.
Oh, very cool.
That. All right. I'm going to do my best Phil Diaz impersonation and begin reading. You guys stop me at any time.
All right. Dazzle us with your brilliance.
All right.
In the high pitched voice, Phil.
I don't have a high pitched voice.
Yeah, I don't recognize this Phil. Here, let me do
it. It's not Phil.
I'm Phil, and I want to do this. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey guys.
Let me know if you guys learn anything.
All right.
In the comic world today, there's much competition. If you are a creator, you need to have the tools you can to get your hands on to make your visual storytelling better than the rest. Some of these tools may not be apparent to the ordinary reader, but rest assured, accomplished comic pros will attack your subconscious with every line they spill onto the page. Whether it be horror, suspense, or action, writers and artists lay down small points on a page to evoke feeling from their readers. So let's take a look at some of these points in the realm of panel layouts and how you as a creator can tell a story, not only through writing and art, but also through the way the page flows.
Yes.
Thank you.
I just going to interrupt you. Yeah, since you stopped, I do love the bit where you're talking about attacking your subconscious with all these little things that you may not notice. That's very well put.
Thanks, man. Yeah, this is so long ago. I don't even remember what the hell I'm talking about. In the genre of horror comics, there are so many ways to give the reader a horrific vibe. An obvious way would be the art. Throw some blood and guts on the page, and you have an easy way to get your point across. But some techniques pros use to up their story may not be as apparent. A lot of horror is built up to a big moment, whether it be a chase, a death, a reveal of a certain character. Sometimes the buildup is just as important as the big moment itself. One of my favorite ways to trap the reader into a horrific climax is stepping panels, or some people call them staccato panels. Actually, Steranko, I watched a video and he referred to them as staccato panels. Layout technique has been used in comics for decades and really signifies a build-up.
Well, let me stop you right there. Just is the page you're showing from Ethan an example of that? The 3 little panels that build up to the big panel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I go on here. It says, if we take a closer look at the use of stepping panels from the comic Cyberfrog Blood Honey from All Caps Comics 2019, we can see how effective these methods really are. EVS sets up the page by leading the eye to a big horrific moment. The first panel looks in locks in the scene of curiosity, making the reader wonder what they're looking at. Each panel pulls the reader in and evokes a sense of uneasiness, of fear, as the Vespis alien holds the lady in its clutches. I don't know if you guys can see that well here. But this was, I'm sure everybody's seen this page because it was everywhere back in the day.
Let me zoom. I'm going to open up my... Oh, whoa, there we go. Ah, so tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. It's focusing.
Focus there.
Yeah. Okay.
You can see that. It makes us ask ourselves, what is wrong with the situation? And bam, for the first time, we see how brutal these invaders are. We are slapped in the face with horror of the blood honey as the woman's liquefied organs drip from her head. Unbeknownst to us, this was impacted with the buildup caused by stepping panels. These panels lead the eyes of the reader, making stamps of every moment in their mind and puppeting their emotions to make an unforgettable brand at a climax of the scene. This just shows how important panel layouts are and how you can use them to control the reader's experience.
What do you think of that, Shelby?
Yeah.
I agree with you. Full of shit. No,
yes. Yeah. Phil, where did you plagiarize this from? That's what I want to know. Phil, who sent you that 1987 John Byrne interview?
I got this.
No, I would agree with this. Like, I would agree with this on a certain level. Like, if you have to show it all on one page, you kind of have to build up and do the best you can to kind of really build up. But my personal philosophy is to have that payoff on the flip. But that's,
I agree with that.
But that's so limited because you only got one flip per flip, so you can't save everything for the flip or you're going to run out of space by the end of the story. So you do have to kind of do stuff like this if you're forced to kind of like save some room and like that face, like if he'd have done those 3 panels on the preceding page and then you flip to that face puking out blood honey. I mean, talk about smash. I mean, because you wouldn't be, you might not, well, I guess you would be expecting it. but
yeah. Time, right? The page turn things, which is another great.
I personally only ever use like inset steps like that on like zooming in. Like if it's something far away or like a character like spaghetti Western style, like walking towards you and you're zooming into them. And then the big panel would be the payoff of the full body of what they look like. Or maybe something where it's slow motion where you can't depict it in just one panel because you kind of want to get like a 180 or a 360 of the object. But yeah, I don't remember ever using it for action, reaction, you know what I'm saying? Like a step-by-step reaction shot. I've always used it mainly for camera angle, not for reactionary like content, I guess. I don't know.
Kelsey, were you falling asleep?
No. It's Andino. He's being a troublemaker.
I was.
What's up, Mighty Magic? Jaro's here. Mortal Rising is in the chat. We got Steve Dye himself. He says, I'm late. But good idea for
He's not dead. All right.
He did not die. All right. Shall I continue?
Yes, go ahead.
Appreciate it. All right.
You may continue.
Here we go. Another emotion that horror comics try to convey is uneasiness. In the comic Magic Cop, which we put out in 2020, we see a build-up to the reveal of the main villain on this page, which is this page here. As you can see, like this the main bad guy at the bottom here. On this page, which I laid out, I tried to capture a creepy feeling by making the panels skewed. This is a tip that I picked up from studying horror comics in the 1980s, specifically drawn by Stephen Bissett. Bissett is perhaps best known for his work on Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, inked by John Totleben in the 1980s. So how did that work influence this page? By skewing the first inset panel, the design gives an abnormal, unbalanced sense of art. Something is not right. Things are about to get weird, almost like reality is changing through your eyes. The panel skew can be used in many situations to pump up the weirdness of your page. Even though Magic Cop is not a horror comic, The heavy inking by my brother and the mysterious profile shot in the last panel all add together to create an eerie feeling that makes the page shout horror. And this, specifically this part here, Bissett would do this a lot with Swamp Thing, just profile shots, and then integrating kind of the heavy inks of his crevices, for lack of a better term, morphing into whatever else the page is doing. It's like super cool.
I never thought about that, but the profile, you're right. It's not it's not direct, it's not it kind of makes you're unclear of the motives, you're not looking, if they're looking you directly at you, it's more menacing, it's more like they're coming at you. But yeah, good profile shot. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, this was one of my favorite pages. Let's see. This is evidence that you can use these elements to make any situation feel strange. We've seen Bissett use this technique many times in his legendary run of Saga of Swamp Thing from '84, sometimes indicating a flashback as a camera zooms in on a teared face. In fact, the final panel featuring our main character, our main villain, Bone Daddy-O, is a direct homage to Bissett's Swamp Thing run. By leaving no gutter or panel break between the two images, Bissett would make the scene feel like a surreal dream. This is what we wanted for the atmosphere surrounding Bone Daddy-O, feeling as if each moment creepily melts into the next, keeping in mind that the borderless profile can be used for other regions. Perhaps a hero is reciting a gothic soliloquy of loss, as Swamp Thing often does. All of these elements work together to build an ecosystem of any mood you as a creator want to set. The instances that these strategies can be implemented are infinite.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting idea that, like, I guess without panel borders, like panel borders kind of they inform a sense of time, I think, right?
Sure.
Like when you like maybe that like each panel represents a moment of time, and I guess without the panels, you're kind of bleeding it. It's almost like a montage where you're kind of going from one thing to another. It's almost more in one moment, like instead of separated into individual moments. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And I had a good example here. I just picked this. I have this Absolute Swamp Thing. Alan Moore. It was recolored, but it's still pretty awesome, and it's huge too. So you get to see all this. So like this is one of my favorite issues.
I've never read this. I've had a lot of people tell me I need to read the Alan Moore Swamp Thing, but I was not a big Taliban fan back in the day, so I need to give it a shot. Oh yeah, the coloring is strange.
Yeah, it's recolored, but I have the originals too, so it was awesome to have it this format. But this is one of my favorite pages because Abigail's talking to Jason Blood in this kind of diner, and in the panel here, this ketchup bottle spills over. And then from that, it zooms in onto her eye, and she gets a flashback sequence where her and Swamp Thing are running in. So you get that kind of these skew panels giving you an unsettled, flashback.
Yeah, it's a nice transition from one scene to another, and they're using the step technique like you're talking about to kind of transfer you.
Who uses this a ton is Capullo, especially with the Spawn books. I would see very much that layout a lot, like through the book.
I love that stuff. I got that big ass book somewhere. Yeah, this is neat stuff. So this is good, right? This Alan Moore. You like this stuff?
Oh yeah, I think this is.
You ever read this, Shelby?
My favorite stuff.
I have some of the floppies that I bought like back in the '90s. I couldn't tell you anything about them. I was getting them because everyone would recommend them, and then they would end up in a long box, and then I love
Steve Bissett. Is he just inking this, or is he actually like
Bissett's doing the art and Toddlebin's inking Bissett?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Bassett is killer with layout.
Yeah.
I
So
love
all
his
these layouts, like especially here, this is the next issue. Etrigan falls in, crashes through the glass, and then some of these panels are like shards of glass, right? Very angular, coming down here.
That stuff's hard to think about. I'm always just like, I'm pretty like pedestrian in my layout, I think. Pretty like straightforward.
And then
Look at
these
this
angles.
I need to study some of this. Yeah.
Super fun. Yeah, this actually reminded me when I saw the Chenu by Graham Nolan. I'm like, oh, it reminds me of this this guy who's kind of like this monkey demon that turns into your fears. Let's see who's here.
What were you gonna say, Shelby?
I was just gonna say that with comics, do you think that a lot of like the skewed panels and stuff is, I would say, around that? So that what year is this book? Like 70?
No, this is like 84, I think.
Oh, was it 84?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking like the original Star Trek and different shows like that, where they would have something that was like off, and they would do the skewed like the worm eye view, like looking up, you know what I mean, like at these weird angles. And the original Batman show too, you know, Adam West, Burt Ward, like where the villain, they would always do the weird like camera tilts and the strange offsetting. I wonder how much of that influenced a lot of the old school, you know, books.
I wonder. I've been having this philosophy that I think maybe this panel layout stuff kind of is indicative of, is that like I come from a film background. Like I was a film buff long before I was really into comics. Like even as a kid, I was always into movies. I even had like Beta, you know, when I was really young, and just watched my 5 Beta tapes over and over. And so when it came to storytelling, my you know, the panel layout part of it, and also looking at manga, like I read a lot of Akira and stuff like that, and that's very structured. You know, and to me, it fit perfectly with my film kind of idea of storytelling. And I even had a more moment-to-moment idea of like storytelling when I was starting out. I wanted to see almost like animation. You know, I wanted to be able to see from one section to another this continuous flow of action. But now that I'm older and have gone through all these things and experimented with all this stuff, I feel like we lost something with that same kind of idea, because it's not just me. There's a lot of guys that were bringing film into it, even guys like Brian Hitch, of course. Everybody gives him credit for widescreen comics and whatnot. So, but I'm like, something's lost there. You know, comics is a very particular medium. This takes, and Alan Moore's brought this up too. He's like, comics should be the only place you could tell comic stories. You know what I mean? Like, there should not be translatable. And like, when you look at this, you're like, this, for one thing, they can make a movie of this. They can approximate with digital effects, everything that you're seeing here, but they can't approximate the emotional effect that they're doing with, like you're saying, the panel layout. You know, it's a different sort of experience.
And I was listening to Shane a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about why he loves comics and what makes comics so great. And I totally agree with him. I love when he talks about this. He was saying that the reason the medium is so amazing is not because what happens in each panel, it's what happens to you, the individual, as a reader between each panel. The moment that the artist doesn't put on the page that you create in your head as the time passes between each panel.
And that's something to be said for, and everything is going to that moment to moment where there's very little time passing between panels. And I think that you're right in that if you, I was talking about that this morning, about how, like, when you look at Prince Valiant, the one panel will be this massive battle. The next panel is after the battle. So you have to make up all that stuff in your head based on what the information that the writer's given you. So your battle is infinitely going to be more epic than what he could draw. You know? It's how to create that in the reader, you know, appropriately.
Essentially every cutscene in the Star Wars OG trilogy. Every time it fades out, there's all the stuff that happens between that you don't know.
Yeah.
Kamara says, but Kelsey didn't know Luke's aunt.
I know. At the worst time too. That was my wife. That was the wife I could have had.
7-8-0.
And I failed.
Yeah. So also
Thanks for reminding me of myself.
Another thing, Kelsey, you're talking about being really influenced by cinema, and a lot of kind of modern comic artists are guys like Bissett. I'm pretty sure he was first graduating class of the Kubert School.
Kubert, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so some of his first stuff was horror comics and getting into it. So I'm sure he was instructed on panel usage, and you could tell right off the bat he's a very unique style. And
Rick Veitch is another guy. Steve Bissett, Rick Veitch, and Totalbin. I kind of lump them into the same group, and they are very comic centric.
And they all worked on Veitch, I think, was Swamp Thing after Bissett.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing.
Which one did Tyrant? Bissett.
I think that was Bissett. Yeah, because the kayfabe guys interviewed him, and they were talking.
Yeah,
about
they just spotlighted a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I think it was Bissett that did it.
Oh, wow.
That was all like on a car chase basically, and the panels were going all over the place, man. And it was like it was an experience that you could not have in any other format. I really like that. I've been thinking about this a lot, so this is a good one to sit in.
Well, a lot of new creators. Something that I notice, or from talking to them, not just looking at their work, is that they automatically try to conform to how it would adapt to media, to film. So like everything from costume design to the legibility of the page, as if it was going to be used in a television series,
right?
And I think that's a bad approach. I'm like, don't try to make costumes that someone can cosplay. Don't try to make shots that can be replicated, with the digital, green screen. Like, just don't. Like, just do your thing. Sure. And then if something happens, it happens. But it's like they're trying to tool their book and their trade as if it's going to be optioned or it's going to be, and it's like, I think that's a big mistake. Like,
I agree with you.
This wasn't illustrated because he's thinking, oh, this will be a cool shot in 40 years.
Right. And also I used to adhere strongly to the camera rules of film. Those do not apply to comics. I used to do it religiously and get stuck in situations that took me forever to figure out. I'd have to add panels. How do I transition this? How do I do that? And somebody told me once, it's a comic book, flip that line. So now I don't worry about it. Now, as long as I feel that flow of action and you can tell where everybody is in relation to whatever, there are no rules in that way. As long as it's readable, the comic page is different than film. We don't have to have those kinds of things. Like in film, like what's his name? George Miller on the last Road Warrior movie. What was that? The Mad Max.
Yeah.
They talk very much about his center framing because there's so much action, so much happening going on, and they cut so many shots that they centered the figure of whoever they're trying to look at in the center, so that when they cut, Charlize Theron is in the middle, and then they cut, and then it's what's his name is in the middle, and so you're always on focus, but in a comic, you got infinite time to look at this stuff.
Yeah.
So, you can be a lot more subtle with it.
This is another one.
I am seeing a lot of what Sam Keith took from this now, like seeing it printed clearly here.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. It's very surreal. Like just starting off in the comic, it's materializing from the page of nothingness, like the white, and then the comic.
Well, that panel becomes the water. Like you see the outline, how you use it's sort of a dead line going the entire ripple.
So Sam Keith is a great example of this because he's an emotional artist.
Mm-hmm.
There's no film in relation to what he's doing. It's entirely comic centric, and he does things in the panel margins he'll break, like he'll have the panel breaking up into rocks because the hit was so hard, you know, that it broke the panel. That's an emotional thing, emotional context to what you're seeing.
Yeah, and this, if anyone's read Swamp Thing, he's probably the most emo DC character. He's total goth. He's always sad about the environment or Abby, and like all of this is, you know, soliloquy here, basically him thinking this stuff. But even just the emotion in the art here, going into a super macro shot of him standing with Abby, and she's dead.
But that adds to the loneliness of the moment. Suddenly there's no background, there's nothing there. He's standing all alone, you know, with this dead body.
And arguably one of the most human characters in the DC universe, because he's, you know, once was a human, now isn't. But here's what I was talking about, that profile shot that melds into another panel that he loves to do. And this is really cool because she's dead in the underworld, and he figures out he could transport himself anywhere, and so he goes to hell. And
I wonder if Alan Moore laid this out, because you know how he does all his layouts and stuff. He writes like incredibly giant scripts, but he also does the layouts for it.
I heard he does all of his layouts, but he never shows the artist.
Oh, okay.
He does it for
himself. I feel like he did. I feel like he didn't, only because a lot of his layouts that I've seen, he'll do 18 panel pages, like 18 panels, and it's just like, man, what a headache that would be to actually have to read, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. That shows a lot of trust in your artist. It's like, here, let me see this work for myself, but I'm not going to hamstring my artist with it. I'm going to see what they come up with, and, you know, we can adjust from there. But yeah, when you're dealing with guys like these, man, yeah, these are the tops. I love this. This is really inspiring me, actually.
I'm glad you came on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is do you know Phantom Stranger? He's like DC's most useless character. He just warns
I love my Mike Mignola Phantom Stranger.
I was just gonna say the Mignola run was like fantastic, man. So good.
Fun. I love all this nature too, man. I hate it when I finish something and then I see something that I wish I had saw before I was working on it. I should have been looking at this when doing Nora. This would have been great.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So,
really cool.
Right. Well, I'll have to take it on to the next one with me.
Spectre shows up. Yeah, this one's great because it's got every supernatural. You get Spectre, Phantom Stranger, and then Etrigan is his guide through hell. Look at that.
Oh, nice. I've never read this. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge Moore fan, so
I think they revisited this around 92. Like the same, somehow they revisited this. I remember this.
Yeah,
the only Alan Moore stuff that I read that I really liked was probably his most effortless one was like Tom Strong. So there wasn't a lot of like heavy lifting with that. It's just straight adventure.
Demon.
Yeah. Mine is the top 10 books that he did that nobody ever read, apparently.
I couldn't get into that stuff. This stuff is insane.
Yeah, dude.
That is so creative, man.
If you read one Swamp Thing, this one's my favorite. It's an annual.
All right.
Annual 20, I think. But yeah, it's great. So everybody check that out. Etrigan.
Look at these creatures, man. Yeah.
Yeah. And I honestly, I'm not seeing any panels that are 90 degrees.
Right.
I haven't seen one. Like, Kelsey, do you see? I don't see any panels that are 90 degrees. Like your typical 4-up page, right? Like,
right.
I haven't seen one.
Circle panel.
So great. Again, like I used to do circle panels because I was a big Rocketeer fan and Dave Stevens fan, and he would always do the circles, and I was a fan of Adam Hughes. He would do the circles, but then I was kind of studying under Stelfreeze, and I did a circle panel, and he's like, "What's with the circle?" And I was like, "Huh?"
This stuff's reminding me a little bit of, in my top 5, Alan Davis, the early Excalibur books.
Oh,
so he actually still does it, but he does it a little more extreme, but like where you have a subtle shift in like the way the panel is angled, and then it'll flow counterclockwise into the action or into, you know.
Well, and he also, like, he's really good about having your perspective within that different than the angle of the panel too. So like the panel might be like that, but the perspective in it is going like that way or something, you know. So
and different sizes of the, you know, every character is not the same size in every panel, which makes it redundant. It's just like
the Woke Breaker. What's up? Mighty Magic says Abby is Swamp Thing's girlfriend. Yeah, basically. There's actually a story arc, and it's Alan Moore, but not Bissett, where Abigail gets arrested by Gotham City because she's having unnatural relations with a monster, and he just fucking destroys Gotham. Like, he overgrows everything. People go crazy. They start dancing naked in the streets, burning shit.
That's when they go, to my point, right? I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, and then Batman tries to take him out, and Swamp Thing wrecks Batman. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. They should do a story of, like, Poison Ivy,
yes,
like, taking over Swamp Thing and then making him be, like, a lunatic.
Why have they not done that?
They've done some stuff. Maybe in the Snyder run, I'm not sure. The New 52 stuff. I didn't read all of that.
I don't think I've ever read a Snyder book, so I don't know.
Wait,
is he the one that wrote the Court of Owls?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
I have written him. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff, actually.
What's up, Joe? Everybody check out Reaper Destroyer on Indiegogo, killing it.
Nice.
And get that Shelby cover. Get that Shelby Robertson cover.
Yeah. Yeah, I went out and sold Joe
on
his own book. I outsold Greg on his Black Owl book.
There you go.
Nice.
Now, I want to keep the trend.
Check this out. This is the weird shit. This is like a Twilight Zone episode of the Swamp Thing where Alan Moore's like, here, we're going to put weird aliens from outer space that are 2 inches tall that fly around in a turtle spaceship.
Wait, we can't see that left side page. What are those? They look like
that looks right out of that Walt Pogo's thing. What's that, Pogo? You know what I'm talking about? Walt Kelly did a comic strip called Pogo.
This is the guest artist, Sean McManus.
Oh, look, it's even called Pog. They're doing a riff on Pogo.
Yeah.
Super weird. Not my favorite issue of Swamp Thing, for sure.
Pogo and Walt Kelly are who Bone is kind of fashioned after.
Oh, yeah. These guys definitely look like little Bone guys.
That's crazy looking.
Yeah,
really cartoony. Not the best.
You know, actually, when I first saw that, I was thinking, what's his name? Berkeley Breathe? Berkeley Breath? I don't know.
Yeah, from Doonesbury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to love the Phil the Cat. I think that was his name. Or Bill the Cat. Bill the Cat. What?
Yeah.
Is this a
We'll call it Phil the Cat.
Yeah,
like an homage cover. Oh yeah, this is an homage to the first appearance of Swamp Thing.
Oh.
In Tales of Suspense.
Yeah, I've seen a few books at the shop homaging that recently.
Was that Wrightson? Did he do that? I know he did the first series.
Yes. Wrightson did the first appearance.
Man, she's looking fine here. Look at this.
This is Ron Randall, artist.
Hey, scroll up a little bit so we can see the words. The other way. Go up for you. No, you put pull. Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, okay. It's like a tombstone. Abandoned houses or something.
Yeah, abandoned houses.
Yeah.
Karen Berger, editor.
Yeah, Karen Berger.
Pretty good.
Is she the one, the Vertigo lady?
Yeah. She's the one that was doing all the editing for like Morrison and more on that. But yeah, this book's cool. It has like a mossy finish to it.
Oh, neat. Where'd you get? Is that like? Is that
black mold, Phil?
Yeah.
What?
He left that on top of his toilet. That's black mold. That's not glossy finish, bro.
Moss, dude.
Oh, that is a Vertigo book, huh? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if they published it because I mean, it almost looks like one of those fancier publishers, doing a special. They do sometimes.
IDW, and it's got this little case. I think there's just 2 of them out. I have both of them, but got a little thing.
Is this volume 1?
Yes.
Oh, look, it's like the Green Man on the front.
Yeah, that's
interesting. Very cool, man.
Cool.
That was hella inspiring. That was definitely. I want to like play with my
Phil
layouts now.
does that the Black Label one shot thing that
Mankey?
Yeah, that Doug drew. Is that thing? Does he pull any tropes from that, or does he just kind of do his own thing?
He's kind of doing his own thing. You know, Mankey's being Mankey.
What are y'all talking about? Mankey, is he doing something with you?
No, he did this thing right here that Phil has.
Oh, okay.
So
Which
I honestly haven't looked
cool.
at Mankey since the Mask.
Oh, dude, Mask is so good.
Well, and your animation, isn't that him too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be doing some more stuff with us in the future.
I remember seeing him on Twitter one time. We were I think it was Twitter or Facebook, where he's talking about. We were talking about how long it takes to do a page, and he comes and chimes in. He's like, "I did 5 of them today. This ain't hard." It's like, shut up, dude.
So this is his Black Label. It's supposed to be 3 or 4 books. I think they're 48 pages each. Black Label Swamp Thing, Green Hell. But he's got some crazy horror-y stuff in here. Really cool. Pretty.
Oh wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little more structured with the panels here.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all 3 ups.
Let me see. Get to the good stuff.
Yeah, see, this looks a little more like my layout. You know, I'll put a panel over other panels and think, God, that's so good. Wow.
Yeah,
it's a cool shot.
He's been I don't know if it's him or editorial or whatever, but the second one was supposed to be out a while ago. It's not out yet. They're still working on the project.
You know, the money people run the show over there, man. I mean, they literally run everything through the accountants, and if they deem whether or not it's worthy of making money, they'll go through with it. So maybe it didn't make enough of a return, and they'll just
stop. They might just put out a hardcover with the entire run instead of the individual issues. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. This is awesome.
You're right. This is really
good.
I
like that panel.
Yeah.
Want me to send you an image of this?
Yeah, yes. I want to trace that too. Thank you, Phil.
Cool.
Talk about horror, though. That's a really good one. Having the blade just kind of like hovering there. Oh, nice.
Crushing them. Yeah. And then, so that's like an evil swamp and elemental. And then Old Man Constantine is kind of the reveal at the end here. Because this is like years from now, and he summoned Swamp Thing.
Does this give you like a good horror? Like, what do you think is scarier, the Alan Moore one or this one? Like, who's this written by?
This is Jeff Lemire.
Okay,
so this is more like the James Wan version. The My Chemical Romance version is the Alan Moore one.
Yeah, yeah. The Alan Moore one's deep, of course, because it's cool horror elements from Beset. But there's also like really famous scenes in the Moore run where he kind of like tackles how Swamp Thing works and how.
Well, I think that's what I'm talking about, because like I've had these discussions a lot with people over the years about horror, because like I would really love to accomplish good horror in comic book format. It's really a difficult thing to pull off because you got your page flip, you don't have any sound. So you have to kind of engage the psychology of the reader. And I think that's what Moore did. I've heard enough about that series to know kind of some of the stuff. But I'm just wondering, this has some really good horror flair. Like you're saying, the James Wan visuals. But I'm wondering if if Lemire engages you psychologically, like the idea of, like the body horror stuff that Alan Moore would pull across,
Yeah. Well, look at this. So this guy gets shot in the head and he falls into the water, and then these vines engulf him, and the elementals are basically using his body for this new monster that comes up, and then just spearing people through the head from the water, and then finally with the big reveal on the double page.
See, I chalked this up to just cool, not really scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I agree.
cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, so that one's really good. Hopefully we'll get more of those. But I think I have like a paragraph left for this, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
Hope you'll indulge me.
You may continue.
All right. Where did I leave off? The simplest things can make a great difference on a page. These small techniques add up to create the grand atmosphere that is immersive for the reader, ripping their minds out of reality and whisking them into the fantastic. This is what comics are meant to be. I hope these tips will help you as a creator to build great towers of imagination, and as a fan to help you appreciate the work that goes into bringing fun and escapism to comics. And there's an editor's note too, but that's probably like, all right, let's just read this. Philip Diaz and his brother Brandon are co-creators of Zade Comics, with Brandon providing artwork. Phil was the writer, successful crowdfunding company. That's fine. I appreciate it.
Well, I thought that was very good. I thought you definitely, it's food for thought. You know, it's a very, because you'd only had a small amount of room to really get into it. But I mean, from that and then looking through the Bassett, you know, through the total bin and stuff, it's like, yeah, you can really see where the creative panel layout can really engage you. Shit, I just got engaged just looking at that stuff.
Yeah, they're masters, man. It's awesome to look through, even though they're recolored. But you know, they have I have them all in like trade with the original colors, trade paperbacks.
Now, I think that there's many ways to do it. Like, you know, I get just as engaged looking at old Kirby and Toth, you know, and they're not that wacky with their page layout necessarily. Or even like I mentioned before, Akira is very straight by the numbers, and you get engaged with how he times it out, you know, like how many pages this scene is, you know, he creates a flow and how the characters are doing their thing, and you get invested in that way. But you know, I think a very American thing, you know, this being the sort of home of comics, we created this. I mean, of course, it's all, you know, immigrants. Of course, America is nothing but immigrants. But the art form created by some hungry guys, you know, looking to make a buck and tell a story and draw. You know, they created this format. You got guys like what's his name, Will Eisner, who I read his how-to books, you know, when I was learning, and he talks all about this stuff, about the panel layout and how to create timing using the panels and what you do in it. So yeah, Will Eisner's Sequential Storytelling is a great book for that. But yeah, I mean, I think it might be great for us, you know, as comic book people, to maybe be a little more expressive with our own art form, you know. But that's not to say that you have to do that, is what I'm getting at. It's like, sure. I for one am probably looking, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, so it's really interesting that you bring this up. But like, I've been thinking a lot about, for lack of a better word, doing comics, you know, like 90s style was like a splash page of art, you know. It was very exciting to look at. It got your attention, but the storytelling was lacking. But we just looked at that Swamp Thing, you know. I guarantee you, combine that, you read it, you're going to get a lot of story out of some really creative layout. So like, yeah, but I'm kind of interested in that. I don't know where I was going with that. but on flip side of that, I love my straight storytelling too, you know, just like a good 5-panel blocked out page. You know, what is it, the panels, have you seen that thing? It's supposedly Kirby layouts where it's just little pages and it has like the squares. You got your 6-panel page or 9-panel page. You got your one that's like a whole panel here with 3-4 panels on this side. You know, it's just every variation of straight layout you can do. And for a little while, I actually started with that. It's like, okay, this happens. What is my panel layout? And I'll start with that. And then, you can look at it going, if I made this a little bit bigger, if I exploded this, if I broke the panel here, and then you take that base layout and then it becomes something more creative after that. But, the storytelling is sound, at least, because it did conform to that. The rules.
I think it takes doing something a few times and then figuring out what works. Because sometimes things that work for someone else won't necessarily work for whatever reason with your own page. So and it's weird because a lot of the stuff, when you think outside the box, you don't want to regurgitate it too much, because then it looks like a crutch in a way. Like, I figured out how to do this one cool thing, so I'm just going to do it all the time, you know?
Yeah, for sure. See, Admiral Wackass, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Agent Zero.
Hey, yo.
Maromi is here. Yeah. Hey, yo, everybody.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Didn't you just play that for like 9 hours?
Yeah. It's
wasn't that thing was on loop, dude? I was like, man, I think Phil's
that's all
right
different instances. It's all Sumo. Nail Bunny says Swamp Thing was my first crush.
Oh yeah, really?
There you go. Even I was looking at this earlier, which this is our Book the Lost pages.
My first crush was Lady J from G.I. Joe.
There you go. Did you see this yet, Joe? Kelsey? We did the second Lost pages.
Focus. No, I've
not. He still can't see it.
Yeah,
you and your weird camera, Phil.
Ooh,
there it is.
Wow, man, that's great.
These are all. We actually got a couple more orders, so we got to ship them out. But this is all fulfilled now.
Who drew that cover?
Preston Acevedo.
Gosh, has he seen that? I bet he flipped the hell
Yeah.
out.
I actually sent him the comps, so I haven't heard if he got the comps yet. But some
beautiful. Where'd you get that printed at?
Mixum did the printing for us. Did the printing, but I wanted to show kind of the intro here. You're talking about kind of like straightforward panel layouts for the intro, and then title. I always love to do title pages. A little big moment. Character breaking the borders there, crashing in through the door, some action, and then the page turn of the double page.
Nice.
Right here, big crim, kicking some.
Did
ass.
Preston draw the interior here?
No. This is
interior.
A few different artists. So we had for this intro is Avery Butterworth, who he's worked on some short stories with us, and he did the colors himself as well on these. And then since Krim is it's her imaginary friend from childhood. We had a different artist do those panels. So actually, this page has two different artists on it. So panel 1 is Matt Dalton, who's doing our like muscle bound monster, and then Avery. And then this one's a mixed panel. So this is Avery in the foreground. Matt did the reflection in the glass in the background.
Is that because they are the artist of that particular character? Or
so
is that the reason for
I love Matt's stuff, and he's prefers not to be a sequential guy. So I'm like, could you do 2 threads for us and like 8 panels? And he's like, yeah, I get that.
What about, is it because of the stress of storytelling, or is it because there's too much different kinds of stuff on one page? Does he ever talked about that?
He told me that just because the amount of time he spends on a piece, he'll put that much detail into each panel, and he does a lot of covers and
gotta pick your battles.
Dynamite and stuff. But we had this one in the back too, which is pretty sick. So the outro cuts back to Crimstone.
Nice.
This chick is, Jazz is saving this little boy, and she's jumping off the building here. The bad guy pulls his gun out, and then you turn it, and it's one of these big.
Oh yeah, nice.
Falling down. So.
What does he say? Look out below butthole or butthead. Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of our like 90s The Mask Lobo type character. So.
Yeah, you just need a Dale Keown cover next.
We're working on it.
Apparently he's got time before he does anything for John Malin.
For John, yeah, hopefully. So you don't know this, Kelsey, but he's he's supposed to be doing the cover to CG Vacation.
Oh no shit! Right on. He had the best. I remember I stared at that piece he did for Marvel Swimsuit. That double pager with the Hulk chilling out in the background. And he's got the Babe like hanging out in the front.
Yeah, he was just
oh my God, that's so good.
We had him on the Diaz Brothers show the other day.
Yeah,
and we pulled all that stuff up, and so here's his.
That's probably one of my favorite pieces. I got a few favorite Dale Keown pieces, and they're all like non-mainstream. They're like the Dinosaurs for Hire.
Oh yeah,
oh sweet.
Yeah, here's the layout for this. So if you guys
back facing the other way.
Well, it's a wrap around.
Oh, okay.
This is just the first. So if you guys back during the first week, you'll get this sketch rough as a trading card.
Hey.
Preliminary card with all these characters. But yeah, on an auction not too long ago, he actually sold that Dinosaurs for Hire cover.
Oh man, I'd love to have that one. And I love. There's some of the old Aerosol stuff. I love. I want to pick his brain, but I know he doesn't like talking about himself. But I'm like, I want to talk about the Aerosol days. I don't give a shit about Pitt. Sorry, I want to talk about Aerosol.
Dragon Force.
Dragon Force. The Samurai one, Samurai with the chick and the.
Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah,
that piece that you like, Kelsey, the swimsuit one.
Yeah.
The original. If you look at the black and white line art, they put the caption. They covered Abomination is watching them from behind the trees, and he's drawn in there. But they covered him with tech. Yeah, he's on the right side, like looking at like lurking, like looking.
Oh, hell, I gotta look at that again.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it in the printed one. You might have to find the.
Look at this insider dirt. Stephen Rockwood drawing. Does Kelsey know that Phil is writing Pitt? What is this? Is there a Pitt story happening? Look, he's all quiet. Is that some insider dirt?
Looking for it.
Phil. He's not even on. He doesn't have his headphones on.
Yeah.
There you are. What is this about you writing Pitt? Spill the beans.
Kelsey, some say it is so.
Some say it is so.
Yeah. Actually, let me see. I'll pull up.
Is it new Pitt? Like, what is it? You're transcribing old stuff? This is new stuff.
You could get it directly from the horse's mouth, Kelsey. Let me see if I have it here. I might have deleted it. Oh, here we go.
But yeah, that was. I mean, it always sucked that Pitt ended at issue 20. I thought there were some cool storylines being set.
It was all set up.
Point.
It was on a cliffhanger, man. We got introduced to that necromancer character that was like being prophesied throughout the whole series.
All that stuff's coming back in the new series.
Yes.
I mean, I'm working with Phil Diaz. We're working on a Pitt story.
No shit.
And he's reading all the issues. He's pulling. Yeah, he's getting kind of meta,
Oh damn.
Oh shit.
Hell, he's out. All right.
No, but I mean, if Phil has great ideas. Phil Diaz. This is to you, buddy.
John Malin is the fucking boss. I love John Malin. He's just like, oh boy. Getting all fancy pants with a Pitt comic. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know what he meant by getting meta because I'm not, but it's gonna be cool.
Oh God. Wow. So is he already started drawing on it?
Not yet.
Do we have any info on this?
So what we want to do first is get everybody a Pitt omnibus.
Here, I'm putting it in
that's what I
film.
want. I want a Pitt omnibus, and I want an artist edition of the first stories. It doesn't have to be all of it. I just want the first couple, the first issue and the zero.
It has to be all of it because I'm sure he has copies of all of it.
Well, no, I mean, come on. You know how big there's a lot of Pitt.
It's 20 issues.
That'd be a book. An artist edition of that would be huge. So, but the real meat, that the thing that was done so raw, and it was like this particular time period. And I know he probably hates hearing that because he's fucking amazing now, and he's probably like, my work's better now. But he's such a cool guy. He's not going to say such a thing. But there was this It's just like, Rob Liefeld, whatever. I want this one thing. Give me that thing, just give me that one. And I'll take whatever you got now, but just give me that one thing. But I just want this one bit, but I want that omnibus, like you're saying, that whole thing. I'm putting a lot of demands on Dale, so.
Hey, Phil,
all right, Dale, I want this, and I want a back rub along with it.
There you
go. Yeah, look at that.
So there you go.
No, I shared it. I shared it in private. Yeah, it's a crappy photo.
So here's the scan, right? But they put the caption right in this area. But what you can't see is Abomination back here.
Oh, whoa! Zoom in on that.
Yeah, and you could only see that. You could only see that on the this was a poster. It was like, I think, a 32 by 40 poster.
Oh,
like back in the day.
He's all like, nobody likes me. I'm gonna be myself.
or he's furiously masturbating.
Yeah. He's like, oh, the Hulk's so hot. Oh, I mean, what's her face?
I don't know.
I used to love it. The way he rendered like her boob right there. That the lighting on that, man. I used to like, how does he do that? Like, it looks 3-dimensional, and like same thing with like his abs and like the rib cage. Because like everybody that I followed drew, either drew everything or they faked it. But the way every time you'd see what Dale would do, there was like a reality to it, and that was before I'd gone into, Frazetta and all that other stuff. So, but it was all, I miss those days when like everything was like fresh and fancy, like, what is this? This is awesome. And his vein work, he didn't do near the veins back in the day.
Yeah, Hulk wasn't crazy veiny back then.
Not until Liam Sharp, I guess. Do you know who these characters are, Phil? Do you know who every character is on this?
You got Betty somewhere. What are the
is
two
she the
women?
front one or the other one?
I'm not sure. I think this might be Betty. I don't know who the other chick is.
Who's the doofus with the guitar?
Isn't his name?
I think it's
Happy Hank or something.
I thought that was supposed to be Doc Samson or.
Oh,
let's see. Foursome song worshippers who seem to have found
Rick
sigilization. Marlo Chandler, Betty Banner, Rick Jones. Oh yeah, his buddy Rick Jones.
I tell you, I have all of his Hulk, and I have a bunch of other Hulk too, because there's a lot of artists that I love that did Hulk. I have not read a single one. I have never read a Hulk comic ever.
See, people in the chat know. Stephen Rockwood's got it. Rick and Marlo. What's up, Mo Biggs? Mo's in the chat. How come the show is only good when Phil doesn't know I'm here? We're getting Shelby and Kelsey, but when I announce myself sooner, it's all coin collecting and cheese. He's not wrong.
Hey, look at a little cyber frog up in the foreground.
Yeah, this little frog guy is awesome.
It's foretelling the future.
It's like that. You guys probably don't remember.
I'm not going to try to get my hopes up, because after hearing the other day that Ethan was showing off that double pager with Cyberfrog and everybody, and I was like, how long did that take to do? And he was like, a month, I think is what he said, like a month to do one double pager. So
I think it was a little longer than that.
Oh, okay. So I know we're in for the long haul here, but it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait.
Let's see how fast he can get this CG vacation cover done. Dale announced
he's pretty fast. He just has to sit down, man. Like, he's weirdly fast.
He's got to not drink.
So I don't know.
Every night.
Yeah.
But
don't get too sucked into the live streams, man. It's a what do you call it? A slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
You get to start having a lot of fun, then you start like really wanting to get out there, and then you're not getting nothing done, and then everybody's like, "Where's your book?" I'm working on it.
Speaking of books, here we got 40 people in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Awesome stream. Hit that like and subscribe. And everybody should check out this book here, Nora's Saga.
Hey, thanks. Yeah. Closing in on 60 grand here. That's pretty fun.
That's freaking awesome, man.
And I'm finishing up the last few pages of issue 6, and that'll wrap up this whole first volume, season 1. and you'll be able to get that very shortly. So, and I'm finishing it every morning. I'm doing live streams on my channel to so you can watch me kind of finish up what's left of this issue. So
go sub to Kelsey's channel. If any mods in the chat could drop that, so people could go sub. He's been doing them all week.
Yeah, I'm probably doing it for the next couple of weeks. So yeah.
My bet will do it for another 2 weeks and we won't
and then disappear.
6 months.
We'll see, we'll see in 2023, Kelsey.
So watch it now while you can. But after this, I mean, I am going to be very busy. But like, I'm working on my own thing, which I know everybody's pretty excited about. But timing is important to me too. So I got, and I also working on, people are always like, why don't you do your own book? And I'm like, all of these are mine. Like I'm working on Nexus. It's now mine. It's now Nexus by, Mike Barron and Kelsey Shannon. I mean, that's awesome. That means so much to me.
I tried to get Nexus in CG Vacation, but there's another co-creator I'd have to deal with.
Oh, really? The dude? You got to ask the dude for that?
I think so. I asked Mike and he's like, I don't know if the dude would do it,
That's true. That's I guess he's cool with me. I mean, like, I'm trying to do it justice. Like, I don't want to just completely, go my own way. Like, I want it to, like, I'm trying to do something as a fan. I'm trying to do something
that reflects that.
That reflects what people are used to with Nexus. So I don't want to get too crazy, but it's definitely got my flair. And in fact, I've changed his costume slightly. To basically put my own authorial stamp on it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Someone asked
in the first issue, actually.
Did anybody get the date with Kelsey? One person did. Look at that.
Did they? Yeah. Yeah. We haven't gone out yet, but I'll give you all the gory details.
Check that out. Also, you guys could check out.
I'll kiss and tell.
94 Rage Tality's War #1 by Shelby Robertson.
Yeah.
Kicking ass here.
It's very ragey.
Okay, there's lots of rage. Look at these. Look at that.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah, I got a wizard homage to that old Toddy cover.
Yeah, that's great.
Got a lot of.
It was bound to happen. I feel like I've been looking at that book for like 38 years.
Have you?
It's been on my shelf forever. I have a beater copy that always tends to like be right here for some reason.
Look at that.
I had all those. That is awesome. Very nice. Who's the colorist on this? Great.
I'm coloring it too. It's all my colors too.
Very nice.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, so everybody
try. Coloring's kind of new.
I got an original reading. I think I got a double page spread, Shelby, coming my way.
Gosh, that's almost some like Stephen Platt kind of stuff going on. That's awesome.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, kind of a little bit. Yeah. I worked with Rob and Platt for.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, way back, like 94, 5, 6.
Yeah, very cool.
Sick, man.
And all this stuff. Did you know Brian Denham?
Yeah. He's I run into him once in a while. Only when in Texas, but I only see him at shows in Texas.
Yeah, he's still he just moved to San Francisco, I think. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, he's been in Texas for a while. Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. I love the guy. I met him in Texas too. I was living in Texas, went to a convention, but I know he worked on all that stuff, the Bad Rock and all that, so
he did. Yeah. He was doing the Bad Rock Violator miniseries, and then he did a bunch of like fill-in issues.
Yeah. Look at this, man. Very cool. And you got that look, where
this book is like very intentionally 90s like I'm purposely doing 90s tropes through the entire book. Like even the stuff with like,
well, look at the cards. You got the Jim Lee card set there.
It's yeah. Like it's very obvious like what I'm pulling on this. Yeah.
Well,
but
Shelby also never.
It's all fun
about it. You never talk about it, Shelby, but this is like an action comedy.
Yeah.
Very
well. You could tell. Rage Tality War. I mean,
come
on.
Yeah, like
One of the only
the
CG
name.
books that have made me laugh out loud. That's really funny.
I love it though. I don't know that I'm capable of doing it, but I would love to do one of these throwback books, man.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
I think it's been worked out of me at this point. You know,
it
would take work to do it. You know,
you have to go in like kind of. I hate saying it. You kind of have to do it mindlessly. You kind of have to just like literally just go straight to page. You're not doing layouts, none of that. Like just have your basic Marvel style plot synopsis and just dive into pages, and you'll end up with a bunch of extra pages. I know that.
Yeah, see,
I started with 48 and I'm at 88 pages now.
But I remember this story of Rob Liefeld, and they were asking him about how he drew his comics, and he said he would sit down in front of the TV with his lapboard on the floor, just drawing comics while TV. And I'm like, that's what I used to do when I was a kid. You know, like
he would. He used to sit. Yeah, we went over to his house like watching Laserdisc, actually quite a bit. And I remember he popped in Aliens, and I was telling him, I'm like, oh, dude, like I feel weird watching this because I went to school my whole life with Carrie Hinn, who was Newt, and he goes, what? He thought I was messing with him, and I was like, no, I really did. And he was like, whatever, Shelby, like, shut up, the movie's starting. I'm like, all right, but yeah, he would sit there cross-legged, like on the couch, and just be doodling.
I think that's that you kind of have to, it's almost like if you want that childlike kind of awe in your stuff, that childlike wonder, you have to make it like a child. He
was doing a War Child #3's cover, the one where he's just standing there and he's all yoked out with two blades. Yeah.
Like I had my time period of I love Liefeld from the new from what was it, New Mutants? When Hilary Bardo was inking him. I loved Hilary Bardo inking his stuff. It had like a whole other thing. But then when he inks himself, I love that too. There's just like this little sweet spot. I don't know why. It's terrible. It's all wonky. But man,
my favorite was always the what if issue inked by Scott Williams is so good because Scott comes in with dry brush and does a bunch of stuff that you don't traditionally see on Raw.
Oh, wow. Damn!
It's the one. It's one with Wolverine. It's one with Wolverine with the claws up.
All right, I'm gonna look that up through my piracy sites.
So we might have it.
Well, I have the. I mean, you could probably still get this for $30 on Amazon. They had them clearanced out. It was the Liefeld Omnibus.
It's got all that stuff. What?
So it has all the early MCP stuff, and then some other. So it's this one here.
I saw the Jim Lee one. I wanted that one.
Yeah. So
I didn't see that. The Liefeld.
Yeah. So it's this book right here, Kelsey.
Oh, okay. I'm sure 7. I've seen that before. Let me look that up.
Yeah, and then it has all of the Scott Williams, but the it's just fun, man. This is like pre-popularity.
Oh yeah.
Era stuff, right?
It's live.
Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's almost looks like some Eric Larson in there, you know.
I mean, it's much better than what I know.
Yeah.
What is it? 7?
He had to draw.
Dude, old Liefeld was better Liefeld. Like this is what when he got popular, he wasn't. That's the weird irony of it.
Yeah,
you know, is that he kind of slacked off the moment he became a superstar. It was something a lot lesser than what he used to do.
Yeah, it's all really the backgrounds. All the backgrounds disappeared.
I'm trying not to become a superstar, Kelsey. You know?
Yeah, see that you don't.
I can't help it.
I know some of us struggle with it, but you know, just try your best not to be great.
Phil, you're the Greg Jeffries of comic books, bro. all the hype, and then 4 years later, you're like, who?
Oh shit!
I'm burning out like a torch.
I know you are, man. You're burning at both ends.
Yeah. Burning at both ends. Speaking of which, guys, if you want comics now, you could head on over, pick up a copy of The Lost Pages 2, which is shipping. It's all fulfilled. And we actually have to ship out some new orders tomorrow. So go grab a copy. All the copies have the beautiful foil golden cover. I said it, and it's happening. We're taking golden showers with this one, guys. Everybody's loving it.
You don't even have to back the book, guys.
Yeah. No. Back the book. It's 76 pages of awesome action with the silhouette, Crimstone, and I'm already working on the new Lost Pages 3 book. Booty Juice. Dan Dahl is doing some awesome
Booty Juice
pages already. And I wanted to show Kelsey. I haven't shown him. I don't know where mine is. Oh, here it is.
Hey, you should show Kelsey the insides of this. Remember, I did that really beautiful full color illustration for you, and then you printed it in black and white.
Yeah, I'll show him. So, Kelsey, this is the ash can.
True story, bro.
We did a classic black and white ash can with a red cover. Now check this out. This is sick. Look at that.
Yeah.
Red cardstock cover, white and black ink on red for the cover. And then it's a 20-page ash can about this patriotic vigilante.
Is that an ash can size? It looks bigger.
Yeah.
8.5 by 11, basically.
It's ash. Yeah, it's ash can size.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
It's this.
I just want to do ash cans. I just.
It looks big because Phil has like baby doll hands. They're very tiny, even though he's very tall.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
can we get away? Can I just do like ash cans? Do we have to make full comics?
No,
do ash can for life.
Yeah.
We could do a campaign that's like 5 ash cans or 3 ash cans.
I just love the feel of ash cans. I got a ton of them from back in the day. Like, I think I may still have the Pit ash can, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I got mine right here. That's what we based this off of. This,
yeah. Oh god, look at that thing. Glorious. I like the white though. I think the white really pops.
It was expensive to do. This white. So, but this is the first of 3 in that story arc. So the next one's gonna be blue and black and white, and then it'll be.
Don't tell people yet. Why are you telling people?
Well, it's like it's red, white.
You're surprising.
You just see color, man. It's all about color to you.
Anyways, I did like a little character and fan art stuff in the back here, like concept.
Yeah.
And then,
as any good ash can should, yes.
We did a raffle. Here's Shelby's. Now his was beautifully done. Copic markers.
Yeah, in colors.
I'll pull it up. And then
it's all mush. Oh no!
Yeah, it's just.
Come on, that looks great. What are you complaining about?
Yeah. But we raffled.
Look at all those cool gray Copics I didn't use, Phil.
Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. I should be able to.
I'm just giving him a hard time. It looks good.
Sweet grayscale work there, Phil.
I tried.
You should use it for a trading card, though. For reals in color.
Great read. Lost Pages 2. Get it. Thank you. Yeah, reviews are coming in. You'll like this one, Kelsey. This is Dan Plagle. He did the People and.
Oh yeah, look at
that. Hey guys, I gotta bounce.
All right,
I gotta bounce. I gotta go pick somebody up.
All right, good hanging with you, man.
Thanks, you Shelby. Too. Good to see you, Kelsey. Thanks.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
All right. Oh no. I'm running. All right, guys. Later, chat.
Miguel Acedo, how do you say that? He said mainstream comics has always been an art of speed. Pages needed to be cracked out. When Liefeld went supernova popular, he was just chum pages out. I get what you mean though, but yeah, like that's what, man. I've been on this kick for a while to get artists to knock it off. You know, they're trying to do the best thing they've ever done. It's like, what do you want to be hanging in the Louvre or something, man? This is exactly what Miguel said there. This is the art about, you know, it's the speed of it is what helps define the style, and you know, and it also makes it spur of the moment, you know, like spontaneous. You know, you're not thinking about it too much, and you end up with something cool, and you didn't even know it.
Well, yeah, that Shelby's a big advocate for that. Like we have a lot of buddies that are doing their first comics and working on them right now, and they'll always ask him or sometimes me, like, "How's this look?" He's like, gone over this page. I've redone it like 3 times. He's like, dude, move on to the next page. Like, get this book out, you know?
I've done that for years, and it's crippling. And I've finally gotten over it. And since I can't even count. I don't even know how many comics I've done in the last 5 years since CG started. But it's like everybody's wondering where I'm at. I'm like, you see me? I'm in like every book you guys buy. I mean,
dude, I bought this just because of your piece.
I'm having a blast too, man. I'm
not to.
I got a whole shelf. It's almost a full shelf of crowdfunded books, CG books. Oh yeah, look at that
trading
American
card
Hopper.
Yeah, Ethan put these on his eBay, and I'm like, I just want this one, but I had to buy all of them.
Nice.
That was so cool. The American Hopper.
Hell, I didn't even get one.
The cool thing about this, so you got like a bunch of people: Eddie Fernandez, Rob Willis.
I did 2 cards. I did a Salamandroid also.
Oh, you did? I don't think you released that one yet. Frega, Rocafort, which is a pretty cool one. But on the back, the other side, they make up their puzzle card.
Oh yeah,
the
that
Jay
is so
Lee
good
cover, pretty sick.
That Jay Lee, man. Jay Lee's got that magic touch because, like, if it ain't straight on or sideways, you know, it ain't happening. But I don't care. It still looks fucking killer, man. I still check it out.
All right, here's before we cut out here. This is the full colored
nice
piece that Shelby did. It's pretty badass.
That looks good.
That's gonna be awesome.
I think I prefer the grayscale one.
I'll let him know. All right, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Miguel in the chat says backer 608. Thank you so much. Just back reprint pack. Love you guys. Thank you, man. We'll have that out to you. Probably be at your place next week. I can't wait for you to get that, and let me know what you think, because we put a lot of work into that. We love doing this stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody sub to Kelsey's channel. It's doing a lot of awesome stuff, dude. I loved when you were doing the I don't remember what the series you called it, but like you just drew the Punisher and you talked about the Punisher and how
Remember When. That's my Remember When is actually like an old comic shop I used to go to back in the day.
Oh, cool.
And it had movie memorabilia and old comics and stuff like that. And I was thinking about, like, oh man, all these comics and the stuff that, like, you know, the moment I got into comics were different than what I read. I mean, it had changed already. So I never got to draw the particular ones that I loved. And that was the whole kind of crux of that series. So like, I need to get back to it. Somebody mentioned Nick Fury, you know, I'd love to draw him. So there's a lot of stuff.
Steranko just had a museum of all of his art in Ohio, and he had some Nick Fury pieces up there that were amazing. I went to go see that.
Oh man, Steranko is the man.
Steve Dye, Steve. I know Steve's doing another ROCKIT. He should get you in there for a little interview.
Sure,
get Kelsey in there, man.
How to draw the wrong way with Kelsey.
Kelsey needs to stream on his channel more. Yeah, I think he's going to do that.
I've been doing it. Yeah,
I'm doing it every day now.
I do it in the mornings. I'm an early bird, so.
Damn, Kelsey is high.
I am.
Probably.
I'm always
all right, everybody. Stay tuned tomorrow on Michael Bancroft's show. It should be me and Dale should be on there. We're going to be talking about Pitt and CG Vacation. So hopefully he comes on because he's scheduled to. And then Sunday we're launching CG Vacation, hopefully on Ethan. So we'll hopefully get some other awesome guests on there to show off the campaign. And then, we're going to have Kelsey on the Diaz Brothers show sometime too, live via satellite.
I love the format. I love what you're trying to do, man. And I just want to be on that TV screen. When I flipped on it when Dale was on there, I was like, this is like Space Coast to coast. I love this.
It's a little complicated, but we make it work. So we'll get you on soon when we can show off your kick-ass piece for
definitely.
Vacation, man. All right, everybody. Until then, go find another stream and tell them we sent you over. and back all these books. We will see you guys later.
Peace.
All right. Bye, everybody.